beloved, this is Tony. Just want to show you something. This is the building where I work at. I'm an auditor at night. I'm not going to really show you the name of the company, but this is the front of the building, and it's sort of on a hill and looks like a temple when you come up to it. So I just want to show you a few other things, but I want you to notice the front of this building and the columns. There's a water fountain here in the front. I'm going to cover this a little bit more. Hold on just a second. So you see these two columns here, these two here. Now here is the arch to the temple of Baal, and everyone has been so upset over these arches being put up in London and New York. But what I'm wanting to show you is these buildings look no different than buildings that we have today. This is church entrances. See the two columns? See the columns here. Alright? Now, what you're going to see is pretty much you walk through these arches and these columns every day, going to churches, schools, banks, federal buildings, all of them. And you have no idea that you've been walking through these arches and these columns for your entire life, and you've never noticed them. But when they put them up, just the columns and the arch by itself, it's upsetting for people. I just want to show you a little bit more here. This is a video I just want to show you. I think this is called Baal College. I'm not sure. It's a video, you can look it up. It's just called Walking Through the Columns. Now watch this. So this is a tradition at this college, and they have these columns set up, and the kids all walk through. Walking through the columns at Baal's send-off. I don't know if that's an individual or if that's the college. I'm not sure. Okay, and the columns are symbolism because you've been programmed to polarization, duality, opposite. Okay, so I'm going to try and show this one more time, and this is my channel. I've covered this for years, explaining it. Is any way that I could consider even doing it. But what I want to show you is, this is what's called duality. And in the duality is judgment. Ye have become as gods, knowing the difference. The difference between good and evil, right and wrong, left and right. My two hands, left and right, knowing the difference. Alright, so in this world, we know it as like, there's a color association. So it's red and blue. Alright, and red sort of has 3. Okay, and blue has 3. This is why on all of these temple things you'll see 3 columns on the left and 3 columns on the right. Okay, it's the symbolism of the 2. Alright, this is why I've got 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Then you've got 3 here. 1, 2, 3. This is your 6. Alright, but the keystone here that joins the arch, that connects the 2, is sort of the idea of not knowing the difference, not dividing it in half. You see, in dividing is like a creation of Satan's. Dividing. He divided heaven. Alright, so here is 7 in a strange way. That's your 7. Because you got 3 and 3 is 6 and 1 is 7. So it's almost like 3, 1, 3, 7. Alright? And another way, it took 23 years to build the first temple, 46 years to build the second temple, 69 here, third temple. This is why the royal arch. Okay, the royal arch has the 69. This is not knowing the difference. It's reversing the contamination of knowledge and judgment. It's not knowing the difference. And then when you get to this point, it's the understanding that it's all good. Okay? It's why Isaiah 45, 46, I, the Lord God, create light and dark, good and evil, for my purposes. You see, one doesn't exist without the other. Now, another way of looking at it, I just want to kind of show you this. It's sort of an interesting way of looking at it. One column is like your left hand. The right hand, another column. Okay? Then we have right top. It's the top of my right hand. Left top. Okay? Third would be left bottom. Left bottom. And then right bottom. You see, right bottom, right top, right hand, left hand. Okay, 7 is the 2 hands coming together. Praying hands, so to speak. That is 7. That's the 2 hands coming together. Okay, I'm going to take you another way. I'm going to go to Revelations 10. The mighty angel that stands on land and water, the 2 opposites. Okay, body is clothed in a cloud, and he has a book in his hand. Okay, well, the 2 legs that are as pillars of fire, pillars are columns. Pillars and columns are the same thing. So there's this duality. Alright, but then if you go on, Christ tells you, I will make you a pillar in my Father's house. That's when the 2, and this is, I've shown it to you this way with the squares. Okay, when the 2 become 1, same thing. Okay, but here's the amazing thing. Everybody's so upset about these columns and arches of Baal and Triumph, which they are no different then all the doors and the columns of all buildings of authority, have them at their doors. So in so many ways, you've been going into the temple of Baal all of your life. But you had no idea. Because you were being taught doctrines of men that teach knowing the difference between good and evil. They pride themselves on it, sitting in judgment of others. Have a good night.